Lecture 4 Life in Medina. In the fourth year of Hijrat, only one event occurred, that was the exile of the Banu Nazir. What was the reason? Because these tribes helped the Quraysh and instigate them, and they also write insulting poems against the Holy Prophet. Tribe Banu Nazir, year 4th year of Hijrah. Reason: they plotted to murder the Holy Prophet, and they also planned to rise against the Muslims at the instigation of Quraysh. How they were exiled: Holy Prophet sent them a message to leave Medina within the 10 days after the Battle of Uhud. They rejected it and shut themselves in a fortress. Holy Prophet led a siege and they surrendered within the 2 weeks. What was their future? They exiled from Medina and settled at Khaybar. 5th year of Hijrah. In this era, we are going to learn Battle of Trench, the third major Islamic war, and invasion of the Banu Qurayza. Siege of Medina, the Battle of Trench. Planning of the battle. A group of combined forces or allies is actually called Ahzab in Arabic. Surah number 33 is also named Ahzab on this battle. There are also other names of this battle, for example, Battle of Trench, Battle of Khandaq, Battle of Allies, and Battle of Nerves. Now, what was the actual reason of the battle? After the defeat of the Muslims in the Battle of Uhud, many tribes became bold and started attacking the Muslims. Missionaries also sent by the Rasulullah to preach the message of Islam were murdered. The tribe which Holy Prophet exiled from Medina, they made a deal with the Quraysh to form a 10,000 strong force to attack Medina, and they accept the commandment of the Hazrat Abu Sufyan. Let's have an overview of the battle. Date of the battle: it starts from the month of Shawwal and ends in Sikat. It means it lasted for 1 whole month. Place of battle: boundaries of the Medina. Armies who participated: Muslims and the Quraysh, and the Jews, tribes who were against the Muslims, and also the group of hypocrites. Strength: 3,000 Muslim forces, while 10,000 opponents. Result of the battle: Muslims were victorious and hardly 1 to 5 unbelievers killed. Planning of the Muslims. After learning the news of advancing army, Huzur consulted his companions, and upon the suggestion of Hazrat Salman Farsi, who belongs to the Persia, they dig a trench outside the Medina in order to protect the Medina territories, and it also prevent enemies to enter the Muslim empire. This new idea was never launched in the Arabic history, and it surprised the massive army deeply. Event of the battle. Holy Prophet allocated companions in such a way that each group consisted of 10 companions, and they were assigned to dig an area of 10 yards for the trench. Muslims armies fought from one side of the trench. It means they were defending the new Islamic empire, or they were inside the areas of the Medina, while the outer areas were secured by the rebel forces. Outnumbered cavalries of the opponents seemed useless as they were unable to cross the 10 yards deep wide trench. Cavalries, it means the forces who use horses. Enemies hoped to attack the Muslims, and they also sought help from the third major tribe of the Jews, that was the Banu Qurayza. They asked them to enter the Medina from the south area. However, Holy Prophet's strategy remained outstanding. He sent 500 of his men to combat with the Banu Qurayza. An opponent from the sides of the Quraysh, Amr bin Abdul, he was only able to cross the trench with some of his men, but soon he was killed by the Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu. Here is the battle map. You may see at one side it is written 10,000, which is the opponent's forces, and center is the Medina, which was secured by the 300 forces, and in between the trench is marked. While you can see at the end of image Banu Qurayza, who tried to enter the Medina territories from the south. End of the battle. This battle staged for around 1 month, and the main reason or the cause of the battle, poor weather conditions and the sinking morals of the Confederates led them to retreat soon. When, by the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they were hit with a blast of cold wind, their tents were torn up, fires were extinguished, the sand and the rain beat in their faces. This siege was actually a battle of wits, not a bloodshed battle. Muslims tactically overcame their opponents while facing hunger, cold, and constant attacks from the opponents. Islam became influential in the region again because they defeated the Meccans. And this defeat caused Meccans to lose their trade and also much of their prestige among the non believing communities. Soon after this war, Holy Prophet declared that now no other forces or the forces from the Quraysh would cause any damage to this new Islamic empire, Medina.